How's it going, guys? JordieBoyJak here, bringing you the second match of the round 2 of HankThePidgey's NU tournament, which he did in a live stream. So before we get started, if you could just leave a like, that would help me so much. And after the battle, please make sure you go check out HankThePidgey. He's a great YouTuber and a great streamer. I'm pretty sure everyone who watches my content will love him 10 times more. Just trust me, just go over and just check him out. You won't regret it. All the links and stuff to my opponent, Neon, and HankThePidgey will be in the description below. Now, looking at his team, I just saw threats. I saw the Feraligatr and I was kind of relieved that I brought Seismitoad and Lapras because the water absorb, especially a Pokemon like Vivillon. If I get up like a Quiver Dance or Electivire and he's low health, he's kind of going to have to go for a Aqua Jet, and I can take advantage of that and just switch out to Seismitoad or Lapras to get that water absorb ability. Now, if you did not view round 1, I recommend you do that. That'll be in the description below as well, because that is actually where I explain my team a little bit more. You see all the sets on the screen. I'm not going to do that now because I don't have the picture anymore. It was just a picture. So make sure you go check that out, and we're going to get straight into the match right now. So yeah, this NU tournament, this was like the second time I played NU. The first time being in the tournament, like the round 1. So I was kind of scared. But then after, it seemed like so many people, this was like the first time playing NU. But yeah, I do the standard lead of leading off of Vivillon, and I do predict the Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. I got straight back out into Chewbacca, and Oak goes for a trick. Now, what was funny about this is Electivire's Choice Scarfed and Rotom is Choice Scarfed, so that turn was really just pointless. And I do predict him to switch here, and I go straight for a Volt Switch, but I forgot about the Sand Slash. I should have gone for an Ice Punch, but it wouldn't have done anything anyway. So I do hard switch out here, I believe, into Seismitoad to make the safe play. I don't want him to predict Vivillon too early and go for a Rock type move or something. I did just get up Rocks, which, to be honest, doesn't really matter. He goes for a knockoff, predicting me to go for Stealth Rocks instead of just straight up attacking. Which actually, I think it was a girl I was battling. Sorry about that. Which she predicted very well. Now she predicts like the attacking move and switches, and she goes back out into Pebbles, which is actually Vileplume. Not as good a nickname as Smell Me, but Pebbles will do. I went for a Toxic on it. I did kind of predict something, but then after I clicked Toxic, I was like, oh, Vileplume. Don't get me started on Vileplume, Jordines. I go into Teapot, and I go for a Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb's going to do a lot, and I am like almost max invested in special defense, so I was kind of disappointed how well, like not well, Torkoal took this. So I was kind of like, oh shit. I kind of needed to stay in. I just went straight for a Rapid Spin, I believe. Did I? No, I went for a Will-O-Wisp, predicting the Sand Slash, I remember now. But, of course, Will-O-Wisp? Nah, mate, Will-O-Miss, that is what it's called. And she's going to just get left over to recover it. Thank God these things don't get sturdy, that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, because then you'd see like a lot of them probably running weakness policy like Golems, and I run a weakness policy Golem. I was tempted to bring it, but I built this team, and I like this team. Now, I do predict the Earthquake, and I go into Ted. Not wanting to go into he goes for a Rapid Spin. Not wanting to go into Vivillon, you know, to like get damaged by rocks and then like miss focus. That should be wasted. He goes for an Earthquake this time, as I believe I went straight for Scald, as I do. So that's that, and I don't get a burn, do I? No, I don't get a burn, but it's not enough to take out the Sand Slash. I'm actually thinking about running some special attack investment on Seismitoad. I mean, it hits hard enough as it is, but I just want to guarantee you won't hit KOs against Sand Slashes. And I do predict the switch, so I'll go for a Stealth Rocks as he brings in Rotom. Now, I have a feeling that this Rotom was going to go for a trick, and to be honest, I'd got up Rocks. None of his Pokemon really wanted to be like, well, none of them it was like beneficial to go for a Toxic, to be honest. So I thought, well, I might just take the Scarf. I mean, to be honest, he's not going to get an item from it, and to be honest, Seismitoad being Scarfed isn't that as bad. And I do predict the switch out into Vileplume here. I double, I believe, actually into I think it's Torkoal. Yeah, Teapot. But this, after Rocks, a Sludge Bomb is like 99% going to take me out. Yeah, I think I didn't run Calcs that time, but I'm pretty sure from experience with Torkoal, I've used Torkoal before, and with experience at Sludge Bombs, it's just like I live on one. and I get poisoned, which I was fine with. I didn't care as long as I got that rapid spin off and Vivillon could come in for free. And Pebbles eat your heart out. It doesn't matter. It actually helped me a lot that Teapot kind of got poisoned here, because I just didn't want the risk that me dealing damage to Pebbles and healing it all back up, then wasting time and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And I go down here and I go into Winner 2.0 because see, this is the perfect opportunity to just go for a Hurricane, and I do land the Hurricane, and of course I think it's justice for the Willow Miss. I get the confusion, and guess what else I get? Just guess, you know, bam! Pebbles hits itself in the face. She's like, I'm so confused. It's so windy. What's happening from those little wings? And then Pebbles like, I'm getting out of here. Which I kind of predict, but I just, to be fair, I just didn't want to miss the Hurricane, so I went for a Bug Buzz. I was kind of like, well, if he switches, Bug Buzz does decent damage. If it doesn't, you know what I mean. And then I just finish off the Sand Slash right here. Now, I'm sitting pretty decent. I think I'm 5-4, 5-5, maybe. Like I do predict him to go for a Thunderbolt, but it doesn't matter because I actually have the Focus Sash, as I've said before. He gets a crit, which wouldn't have mattered anyway. I think it would have gone down to his Sash, but I do land the Sleep Powder, which is great now because it's up a Quiver Dance, which is absolutely perfect for me. And let me tell you, Rotom is a pesky little fellow. I don't know, I would have actually rather had ran the Rotom Fan than regular Rotom. I just don't know why. I just think regular Rotom just lacks. I mean, its design is so cool. I love regular Rotom's design. It's just potential just lacks. I mean, it shouldn't be. I wish there was another tier below NU, but it doesn't belong in Little Cup. I'm quite common. I play Little Cup quite commonly, and then obviously it brings in Fraligator to get that Aqua Jet off, you know, prior to finish me off. But I'm like, no, and I switch Winner out, and I go into Seismitoad, which is Todd. Gonna get some lovely health back from this Aqua Jet, which is absolutely perfect for me. So Toad's like, yummy, give me that water. And then Fraligator's like, and he goes for an Ice Punch. And this doesn't do too much. I mean, Toad's just like, yeah, Earthquake. So Fraligator, I don't think he wants to stay in, to be honest. He hasn't got anything really to do here. And he goes out into this Altaria. Now I believe I do predict this switch, and I got into Lapras. Yes, I do. Which, to be honest, was a good play, kind of, because, you know, Ice Shard is a thing. I should have just gone straight for an Ice Shard, but I didn't. I got greedy and I went for a Dragon Dance because I wanted to. It was like second round of the tournament. I kind of want to get some sweeps going from Lapras, but you'll see Lapras put in the work later. That's all I'm saying. And I do get up a Dragon Dance, and I did believe that this Altaria was like Toxic Protect, and I was just like, I don't really want to face that, so I was just like, I'm going to predict the Protect and go for another Dragon Dance and hopefully seal the game. Now, let's see what happens when that, and I believe I saw it didn't Protect, and I'm like, oh my god, what have I done? I should have just attacked. I just didn't want to get trolled, and he goes for a Raw, and I was like, oh no, Lapras is scared, runs away, but then out comes Electivire. I'm like, this is just as good. Whereas I'll take this because, you know, that toxic damage was starting to rack up. And wow, that is my phone and my computer. I need to mute that thing, Facebook. And I do go straight for an Ice Punch. Choice Scarf just destroys that Fairy Cloud, which is nice. And out comes Silver, the Fraligator. Now I was predicting an Earthquake here, I believe. I just didn't want to just. I don't think Ice Punch would have killed from that range. I just went straight into Winner, predicting that Earthquake, and it goes for a Swords Dance. Now, I don't remember if I predicted Earthquake and Swords Dance. It was either one or the other, and I just went, right, Winner, switch out. Predicting that Aqua Jet again. It was forced to go for an Aqua Jet, and Todd is pretty much just loving all this free HP. I mean, why run Drain Punch when you can just encounter a Feraligatr and just like get all the health back? So he goes for an Ice Punch again. I think because he's +2, he just wanted to get as much damage as possible, maybe hope for a crit. And I believe I do finish him off with the Earthquake, as I do. So that's Todd putting in the work. I think Todd, Vivillon, and Lapras put in the most work, and Electivire. They all put in work. I just felt like Teapot, which is Torkoal, and my Vileplume just didn't do much. And I go for another Earthquake because I'm Scarfed, you know. I outspeed Pebbles now. I think I outspeed Pebbles or Vileplume anyway. Well, I do on my set compared to my Vileplume. And his last Pokemon is the Pyro. Now, I thought this thing was Scarfed. it was just a question whether he had HP grass, and he does have HP grass. I really want one of these. I mean, kudos to you if you bred that yourself. I'm pretty sure she did breed that herself. I keep saying he, she, whatever. I'm pretty sure she did breed that herself, but that was, I mean, it was nice. I think with better support, it would have been, it would have done a lot more damage to my team. But I bring in Electivire to allow the kill. It doesn't kill the Thunder Punch. I take this Hyper Voice like a champ, living on at 34 or 24. Can't really see that HP, and the Scar goes down to the Life Orb damage. Now that is a second match, and that was a very, very close game. Well, yes, very close game, and I really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed NU so far, and as I said, remember to check out the opponent and the host of the tournament / stream, HankThePidgey. So remember, go check them out. They're great people, and stay tuned for more. Round 3 is coming up soon.